What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to continue looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP to US dollar. We're also going to take a look at the current coin market cap in regards to what exactly is blowing up and what is consolidating and correcting. You guys can see some very interesting numbers scattered across the top 10 cryptocurrencies. More specifically, I want to spend quite a bit of time discussing where I predict the market is going to be headed to in the next couple of days, if not hours. That goes for Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP. We're starting to see some very interesting moves. XRP seems to be foreshadowing what I think is going to happen within a lot of the other cryptocurrencies fairly soon. So that's going to be pretty cool. And then we're also going to be discussing when my position is and when I plan on buying into the market, re-entering in regards to a position on DueDEX. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notification, and keep on hodling. So before we jump into today's video, just really quick, two videos posted. Yesterday's video was what's coming up next for XRP, Ripple, and Bitcoin. Hopefully you guys watched that. If not, definitely recommend doing so because we are going to be continuing this in today's video. And then we are going to be, and hopefully you guys can see what's drawn on that thumbnail right here, the small correction to the downside followed by a big move to the upside. That's what we're looking for. And then I also made a DueDEX risk manager tutorial and how exactly to use that program and that process. If you guys haven't seen that, definitely check it out. I know a bunch of you have been asking me about that, and there's a lot of other videos you should definitely check out as well. So just to jump right into the technical analysis, to start, you can see the top 10 cryptocurrencies. Markets are looking fairly nice. Bitcoin SV absolutely exploding, which is very interesting. Definitely seems like a coin maybe we should start to discuss, but I'm still on and off. I really do like some of these hardcore cryptocurrencies. I know that's a ton of questions you guys have as to what cryptocurrencies are worth investing into. And honestly, I just like to stay with the ones that have been around for the longest time. That's Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Litecoin. These are the coins that have been here for a while. Stellar, Monero, these are coins that for the most part, I'd say above the top 15 are honestly all good to go. When you start scrolling down into the other ones, it's hard to know whether or not these are going to be here. These, you have to treat them more like penny stocks, that they could be, exploding 1 minute and then, falling at an extreme rate the next. So you really have to pay close attention when investing in some of the smaller cryptocurrencies. But obviously Bitcoin SV up 14.7. Some of the other cryptocurrencies are still kind of on this sideways edge right now. After the major move we had, you can see right here, we're starting to pretty much just come to a stalemate for the most part, just slowly average upwards. And then I do believe we are going to kind of cap out very soon and start to see that correction down that we needed. And as I discussed in yesterday's video, and I'll spend a little bit more time on that today, you can see for the most part what it is that I'm referring to. Every time we near the overbought, we tend to see a small correction, like you can see right here when we were overbought, and then we started to consolidate back down, basically giving us more support to head up even higher. And that's the pattern that I think we're going to continue to head on. Now, more specifically for Ethereum, due to the fact that we're now hitting a very strong resistance right here, and with the very odd candle wick that's forming, wow, I hate when that does that. The very odd candle wick that's forming right now, I believe this is an evening star doji. This usually, once again, indicates the top of a bull run. Usually when we see these, we start to see the consolidation happen after. You can see the same thing happened. The morning star doji right here, basically pinpointing the end of the reversal, the downtrend indicating a reversal to the upside. And now we're seeing that same exact thing happen at the top, which does give me reason to believe that we're probably going to see the support and the correction back down to the downside, probably retesting 190 before we see any more uptrend. And I think Ethereum is extremely overbought, so I wouldn't really be buying into Ethereum at this moment in time. It just doesn't seem like a smart investment. Now for Bitcoin, Bitcoin is also seeing some very odd, movements. We discussed this more in depth yesterday, but I'll kind of touch upon it today. As you guys can see, we are teeter-tottering on overbought once again. You can see every time we do tend to hit overbought, we tend to correct back down some. It takes about a week to correct. So we're kind of expecting, or I'm kind of anticipating that same thing to happen. More so, I'm looking for that sideways movement, whether that's a very, very, very small drop on the price. We're currently trading at 98.80 or 98.55, and maybe we could pull as low to $9,500 before seeing any sort of correction to the upside. More so, I do believe we will be breaking 10K very soon. It's literally right around the corner. So honestly, if you're holding in long term, there's really no problem there, but I do think that short term we are going to see some sideways consolidation. It's a very small drop within the coin, so I really don't recommend shorting the market. You really don't want to take that risk. You can use a stop loss. That is definitely an option on DueDEX. but I am expecting the second we test this line right here, if at any point we come into correction, setting a new higher low, this is 1, 2, 3, this will be the fourth one right over here. It's pretty much fair game, and I am buying in ASAP, putting in a very big play into DueDEX, obviously creating a stop loss in case we fall lower, but I will be honestly anticipating a movement off of that, breaking up through 10K. So expect to see some sort of correction back down, maybe to put us back at 60 or 50 on the RSI. Expecting to see some sort of consolidation like we had previously, so maybe a movement like this lasts about 7 days, retesting here and then breaking through and then exploding up like we've seen every single time prior. That's ultimately what I'm anticipating to happen to the market. It seems like the market right now is doing some sort of stair-stepping action, so continue to expect that pattern to repeat itself until we break up even higher or break through the down or this uptrend right here. Once we see any sort of confirmation of the uptrend being, broken, then we can expect to see a new pattern forming. But right now, sideways consolidation for the next probably week, and then we'll see a bullish break to the upside. So honestly, you could risk shorting. I'm not. I'm actually going to stay out of the game right now. And once I see retestment of this uptrend right here, support maybe right at this point right here, that's what I'm going to be buying long, leveraging, and then, watching it explode up. We'll also try to test out Risk Manager and figure out more how to use that, as I did make a video earlier today that was published. Now in regards to Litecoin, and then we'll wrap things up maybe with some XRP. Litecoin also looks very similar to Ethereum in regards to them honestly just exploding in price, shooting higher and higher and higher. My main concern is in the fact that we are testing out overbought. I mean, it's very hard to say whether or not this is a great time to be slowing down. We do know that the markets are in a bullish sort of, pattern right now. And we've seen more so every time we do end up being overbought, we can stay in that overbought for a very long time. We'll look at Bitcoin, for example, the coin that actually was, what the heck? Let's pull that back up. Here we go. The coin that was actually trending in overbought for quite some time shot up and stayed above for a very long time. You can see right here, this being overbought does allow the coin to shoot up much higher. Now, we did see some consolidation back down to 50 before we broke up even higher, and that's ultimately what I'm waiting for to get back into here. But if you just held out long term, you'd literally be capitalizing off of all of this, and that's pretty much my recommendation to people that already have Bitcoin, is just keep pursuing what you have, keep holding on to it. I don't think there's a reason to sell off and buy in later. For those of you that are waiting for my next position, it's mainly going to be once we see some sort of consolidation, somewhere around the 50. You can see right here, we were at 50. That's what allowed us to break up even higher. Right here, we were at 50. That's what allowed us to break up even higher. So it's always some sort of consolidation correction that's needed. So really, I'm looking for that short-term, sideways movement that will just lower the price ever so slightly and give us more volume to break up even higher. Same thing goes with Litecoin. We're extremely overbought right now, and the market doesn't usually tend to break higher up when we're already overbought right now, especially because it's been a couple of days. So I am really anticipating some sort of sideways consolidation or pullback. I'd be shocked if we came back this low, down to 65. We may just see something like this and trend on here for a little bit and then break up higher, and we may just completely avoid the uptrend altogether. That is definitely a huge option. If we lower ourselves all the way to 60 or 50 on the RSI and retest support at 72, there's really no reason for us to go all the way down this low. So it's really just a waiting game, and we have to pay quite a bit of attention to see where exactly this coin is going to be headed to, and it's mainly keeping an eye on this RSI and the MACD to see some sort of pullback to 50 or 60 before we buy in long. And that's pretty much what the game plan is for DueDEX. You guys can even set a limit order if you wanted to do so. Basically, I'm anticipating around $600 to be my buy-in price. So honestly, you could literally just type in whatever you wanted, maybe even, $1,000 for me, or maybe even, I could even do 2,000, and then expect this to be leveraged 10 times. And then we could buy this in long at a price of $9,600, similar to that. And then once the price drops to 9,600, the limit order will be set, or it will be hopefully filled, and we'll have our position opened at that $9,600 level in anticipation for the next break to the upside. This way you don't have to worry about constantly paying attention to the market and missing out on that golden opportunity to be buying in when we retest support. Now that's pretty much going to wrap up today's episode, guys. Like I said, if you haven't already signed up for DueDEX or you want to check it out, there is a link in the description. And definitely make sure to subscribe to the channel. Highly recommend you check out the Crypto TV welcome video. I know only 500 people saw it, and we have a ton more people actually watching these videos than who saw this. So I highly recommend you check that out as well. Otherwise, we have broken 13.5 on our way to 13.6K. Huge shout out to you guys. Otherwise, make sure to subscribe, like I said, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.